welcome back from the break. I'm your host, Dinny Dinsdale. In the studio today, we've got Britt Guy, who is the producer of the Under the Radar Festival. The Under the Radar Festival is a component in the Brisbane Festival and it runs for 3 weeks. So let's just welcome Britt, who's with me right now.
Hi.
Hey Britt, thank you so much for being here.
That's great, fine. Lovely to be here also.
Oh, goody. Now, just a quick question straight up. What is involved when you are the producer of such a big festival?
A whole lot of administration and also obviously working with a whole bunch of wonderful artists. The program takes about, I start in about February on this year's program, so it sort of takes lead in from February all the way through to September. And there's a whole bunch of different things that we do. Obviously the curation of the program, working with artists very closely, working with the marketing and publicity team, all of the scheduling and working on all the technical side of things. So the whole kind of shebang is what the producer kind of oversees, that everything's going to plan.
Wow. And how long has the festival been running for?
Under the Radar's kind of had a number of different sort of ways that it's existed. It used to be called the Brisbane Festival Theatre Fringe program that ran at Metro Arts about 7 years ago now. Yep. The festival used to run every 2 years and then it changed to Under the Radar and has run 3 years under the helm of a different producer, and then I've had it for the last 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, you have in the festival there's international and local artists.
Yep.
Does it sort of get performed all around Brisbane? And what are the main places that people can go and see these artists?
Yeah, so Under the Radar's base or home is at Metro Arts, and we have our program that we call our venue program. So we take over 5 different spaces at Metro and run lots of different programming in amongst those. We also have a galleries program that Metro Arts curates that also sits inside the Metro Arts space. We then also have our public space program, which happens all over the city, and this year we have things at the Powerhouse, we have things at South Bank, in the Queen Street Mall, sort of all over the different spaces in the CBD. And then we also, very excitingly, have one show at the Judith Wright Centre this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're kind of expanding.
Yeah, so in that time, how can you say, has it changed and evolved in a lot of ways?
Yeah, well, I suppose the program, as it's still sort of a baby, I suppose, and it's really kind of finding its feet. It sat quite strongly as a curated fringe program for many years, so took on up to 30 works, and they were sort of picked from different genres, and the idea would be to have sort of a miniature fringe experience inside the Brisbane Festival program. Over the last couple of years it's changed quite distinctively. It's become a lot more strongly curated and now sits more closely within a kind of contemporary experimental framework, and also works really strongly with emerging artists and mid-career artists that want to be doing something different. So, yeah, there's been quite a stronger kind of curatorial focus, I suppose.
Oh, great. How many sort of artists do perform, and sort of what kind of, are there sort of acrobats to people on stage and theatre? Is it really diverse?
Yeah, it is really diverse. It has, I suppose, because of where the festivals come from and it being quite strongly a theatre festival, it has quite a strong performance element to it. However, this year we do have works that are quite strongly sculpture-based and more visual arts-based, and then we have a much larger music program this year as well. So some of the works that sit in venues have a kind of contemporary performance, I would say. A lot of them sit kind of in that world, but we have a new venue out the back, which is called Out the Back, which is kind of an alternative festival hub space that runs on a Thursday, Friday and Saturday night, and it's strongly a music-based program and sound art and installation focus. So there's quite a wide range of different programming that happens in Under the Radar, with the focus more being on, I suppose, the emerging artists, and that it is an opportunity for them to experiment. The art form is sort of less important. We're kind of quite interested in everything.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Now, how does an artist or an actor or any type of person who is creative go about participating in the festival?
We have an application process, so we do a call out normally in end of October, early November, that goes out to the general public, so everyone is able to apply for that. The applications normally close in late January or early February. And so that's an open call that then comes and sits with me, and I have an advisory committee that's made up of industry from around Australia. So we then meet on the different applications and kind of talk them through and come up with a short list. And then based on that, I kind of pull together what the final program is going to be. We also take projects from outside that application process. So if we think we'd like to add elements of this or we'd like a little bit more visual art here, then we'll also draw from artists that I've seen over the last year and those kind of things. So I also really encourage artists to also get in contact with me and, say, I've got a show coming up, I'd like you to come and see it and those kind of things, because I try and get to see as much as possible in Brisbane, but I also do a bit of travelling when different festivals are on that kind of sit within our kind of artistic ideas about what we want Under the Radar to be. So I do a bit of travelling as well to different projects to see what's going on. So,
excellent. Now it runs from the 3rd to the 24th of September.
It does indeed.
Yeah, and what is the price range for people that want to attend?
I think that the best deal is there's a 5 for 60 ticket, so that means you can go and see 5 ticketed shows for $60. Otherwise, if you go to individual shows, it's $20 a ticket for adults and $15 for concession. But I think the 5 for 60 is a really nice one because it also, as part of the program, which we have our own Under the Radar program, which comes out in mid-August, it means that you get to kind of journey through the festival, I suppose. So go and see, the way the program's set up is the fact that you'll be able to see a couple of shows in a night and then also head out the back for a drink and some free music. So I think that's kind of a really nice way to get a proper taste of the festival, to kind of journey through it a little bit.
Oh, wow, that sounds so exciting, and I can't wait. It's a couple of months away. I can't believe it's nearly the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Well, it is. But thank you so much for being here.
That's fine. It's been great.
Thank you. All right, well, after the break, we're going to be talking with Emma.